What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Six-Man Blitz episode. Got my guy, Mr. Ryan Wynn. We ready to talk NBA. NBA trade deadline's right around the corner, so we got some stuff to discuss. Giannis could potentially finally be on the move. Who knows? Could be pump faking us again. But how we doing today, man?
Doing good, man. It's Super Bowl in about a week, man. NBA trade deadlines next week, so very exciting time for sports for sure.
Oh, yeah. And dude, last year, the trade deadline kind of really took over the Super Bowl talk. People weren't paying
Yeah.
attention to what was happening in the Super Bowl because so many trades were happening. So we'll see if we could get that kind of again. But back to
Oh yeah.
the an NFL and an NBA question before we start the pod. One NBA question I got for you. I'm high on this guy. I don't know how high you are on him, but Kevin Durant, where do you rank him all time?
KD all time, man. I would have to put him top 11. I
Okay.
would probably put him at like 11 because I feel like Steph Curry has surpassed him
Yeah.
within the last couple years. At one point, I think Steph was or KD was better than Steph. There was no question about that. But now the impact, the gravity that Steph Curry has, I would put him ahead of KD and probably put KD right at 11. But he's an all-time great, probably a top 3, maybe top 5 scorer of the basketball of all time. He's awesome for sure. 2 times Finals MVP. Everywhere he's gone, he's pretty much won. And he's helping Houston kind of do the same thing right now.
Dude, I think he might be one of the best scorers of all time, like you said. Like, he might be that guy. The longevity in his game, too, is really getting underappreciated because he's still going out
Yeah,
there averaging, 26 a game. He's had a couple 30-point back-to-back performances. So he's been amazing for the Houston Rockets this season and not lost a beat. So I'd probably put him at 10, to be honest. I think we're right in the
yeah.
same range. Um, the NFL question I got for you. Sam Darnold, where does he rank now in the NFL? Top 10 quarterback. What are your thoughts?
Man, that's a tough one. I almost feel like he's like in the Jalen Hurts category where he will be appreciated because he's winning and not so much for
Mhm.
his skills, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, I personally probably would never say Sam Darnold is a top 10 quarterback, but if you go and you win a super and you if you go and win a Super Bowl, like I mean, you have to put him there, right? Because he's done
Yeah.
it. Right now, I'm not going to say he's a top 10 quarterback, but if he wins the Super Bowl, I will definitely have to put him in the top 10, maybe top. I mean, I feel like when you win a Super Bowl, especially if you're MVP, you gotta be top 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they're not how many quarterbacks in NFL currently right now have Super Bowl MVPs?
Probably just, yeah, Mahomes.
3 or 4? 3 or 4
Well,
maybe. I think Aaron Rodgers got one.
yeah, Rodgers, Mahomes.
Mahomes, Stafford,
I
is
think
that
Cooper
it?
Cup won that MVP though, that for that Super Bowl.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
So 2, Mahomes and Rodgers? I mean, so, uh,
Oh,
you
Jalen Hurts
definitely
too.
would have to Jalen Hurts, my bad, Jalen Hurts, you're right. So, I mean, we'd have to put him in that conversation if he wins a Super Bowl, like, no questions. We can't say Baker's better than him. It's gonna be hard to say it's a lot of quarterbacks better than Sam Darnold, if he gets it done.
I think, yeah, I'd have him at probably 8 right now. Like, if he wins the Super Bowl, probably 8. He's top 10 right now, I think, with the production he's had the last 2 seasons, and going out there and out dueling Matthew Stafford. Like, he went there and played just as good as him in the NFC Championship game. So big credit to the ginger, man. He's doing his thing.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
now getting into the NBA talk, NBA trade deadline. Let's start off with the biggest domino, Giannis. What are your thoughts on Giannis? I've been hearing some shit. The Warriors could give the best offer. They're desperate right now. What do you think about Giannis right now in trade talk?
I'm excited, man, to see first and foremost if he gets traded, and of course, if
Mhm.
he does get traded, where is he going? You said the Warriors. I don't think the Warriors even come close to offering the best package. Yeah, you can include Jimmy Butler in the package, but he's out for this year and half of next year, and he's 36 or whatever. So Kaminga's hasn't been, himself. So I don't feel like they give the best package. Where I want to see him go, I think like New York is a really good landing spot for
New
him if he
York
could
would be
get there.
nice.
San Antonio, I think would has enough assets to get him as well. They have young talent, they have picks. I think Atlanta as well has assets and enough picks to actually get him. Keep in mind, Atlanta owns New Orleans' first round pick in this upcoming draft, and New Orleans is projected to have like a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
So that could be Milwaukee's, of course, and then why not the Lakers? Why can't the
Why
Lakers
not?
get him? Why not?
Austin Reeves. What would that package look like? Reeves, Rui, maybe.
So that package will be tough simply because Giannis makes a lot of money and you have to match the money. And Austin Reeves and Rui's salary don't equate what Giannis makes. So it would have to definitely be AR, Rui, probably Dalton Connect in that trade as well.
Yeah.
Maybe one more player, and then they have to obviously throw every single pick that they got attached to that. I think the Lakers really have a chance to get him if they want him because of the impact that Austin Reeves has had, and Austin Reeves is set to get a pretty good payday. But there are a lot of teams out there with some young talent that could get him.
And yeah, Reeves is a 20 points per game scorer. Like he's a bucket.
26, 27 right now.
He's a bucket, so he could definitely be somebody that leads their next path. And they want a ball handler though, more specifically. So we'll see what works out with that. I think the Lakers are an underrated team. I even seen Portland as a potential destination because he wants to, play with Drew Holiday. There's even talks about Drew Holiday getting traded wherever he goes too as well. But I think my favorite destination for Giannis, I keep saying this. I said this last time we talked about it. Houston, man. Houston has the assets to make it happen too. Kevin Durant, how he's playing, Giannis. I mean, Sengun is nice, but if Milwaukee wants Sengun and I could get Giannis and KD, I'll take it. And keep Amen Thompson, keep Reed Shepard, keep the young guys that got off the bench. Hey, Jabari Smith got to be in that deal though. Jabari Smith has been
Yeah.
selling them, bro.
So the thing with Houston is Houston absolutely has enough assets to get him. The question for Houston is, will they depart from those assets?
Yeah.
Because if I'm Milwaukee, I'm not trading Giannis if I'm not getting Sangoon or Amen Thompson.
Hmm.
Okay.
Got to get
The
one of them.
average fan, you have to get one of them and include Jabari Smith in that as well. And maybe Torrey Eason. The average fan will say do it. Okay. But a GM like the GM of the Houston Rockets might not say do it because you're talking about Sangoon, who looks like baby Jokic, right?
Yeah,
You're talking
he's
about
nice.
Amen, who looks like he could be a top 10 player in the NBA in a couple years. Like his athleticism, his skill, once he gets the jump shot going, he will be a top 10 player in the NBA eventually. Um, Houston is thinking that way. Now you got other teams like San Antonio, who's very deep at a certain position, like the point guard spot. They got De'Aaron Fox, Steph Castle, and Harper.
Dylan Harper, yeah.
They're in a different position where they can get rid of one or two of those guys. It won't hurt them as much to get Giannis, whereas the Rockets, in my opinion, aren't in that same position.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough because you got to deplete your roster. Even with the Knicks getting Giannis, you would have to get rid of OG, Mikal Bridges, one of these. Probably Mikal Bridges. They want to get rid of Cat, as it looks like. So maybe they send him in another team. So you're depleting your roster. The team with the deepest roster is gonna make this move, or the team that's the most desperate, like the Golden State Warriors.
Great point. What I would say about a team like the Knicks is um, they're 100% okay with getting rid of Cat because Cat is now, I believe, 31, maybe. We're talking about Houston. Sangoon is still young. He's like 23, 24. Cat's a little bit older. Okay, so you're cool getting rid of him. Boom, he's gone. Now, when we're talking about Mikal or OG, I feel like you're okay with getting rid of one of those guys as well because, in my opinion, that doesn't deplete their roster too much because the Knicks have several players that are the same, in my opinion. Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and OG, they all are the same type of 3 and D type of individuals. None of them are out there going one on one, step back, all that stuff. Like that's not really their game. They're just 3 and D guys. If I'm the Knicks, I'll do it to get Giannis for
Mhm.
sure.
So two teams though we haven't talked about yet that I've seen rumors about. I don't know how, legit these rumors are, but the Sixers and the Timberwolves. What do you think about those destinations for Giannis?
Wow, man, the Timberwolves would really be really good if they could get their hands on Giannis. The only thing about that is they're definitely gonna have to get rid of Jaden McDaniels. And you asked me the
Yeah.
question, well, it's Giannis, but Jaden McDaniels has been a key reason why they've been so good with how long he is on and can guard basically 1 through 5. on the court, and then add Julius Randle to that as well. I think Ant-Man and Giannis, if they can team up, they will probably be the best duo in basketball if you get those two on the same team.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, absolutely. It would be insane. And then going to the Sixers, I'm one of the guys that don't think the Sixers have enough assets to get him.
Mhm.
You're not trading Maxey. Milwaukee is not going to want Joel. Paul George is older now.
Maybe VJ,
Oubre
but
is VJ, you know, yeah,
McCain,
but
but
VJ is not enough. That's not
yeah.
enough though. VJ, McCain, all every pick you got is not enough for Giannis. You got to have a young star in there, which VJ will be one day, but teachers on. We'll see what that looks like.
Yeah, so I think the Sixers too, they are in a good spot. I think they just need to focus on staying healthy. Don't add another motherfucker to this roster. Whereas maybe just trying to, avoid tax and stuff, getting rid of Drummond and all that. But the Timberwolves, man, if they can make that work, I would really like the Timberwolves as much as Houston. I mean, Anthony Edwards, Giannis, if you could keep Nas Reed in there too. I think Nas Reed, he's been playing really well off the bench. Julius Randle is probably going to get you something. He's been playing well like an all-star this season. So Timberwolves are a sneaky team. Right now, though, what is your final prediction for Giannis? Where do you think he'll land? What's the best destination for him if he gets traded?
If I had to choose where he will land, I would say New York or Miami.
Miami,
Um,
yeah.
I think Miami has the assets. They got like Khalil Ware, I believe they would get rid of. They have Tyler Hero, of course, they get rid of, and Andrew Wiggins. Whoever they have to get rid of, they'll do it for Giannis. And I could also see New York because they have the assets. It looks like Giannis wants to be there. But if I'm Milwaukee, I'm sending Giannis to the West Coast.
Yeah.
I don't care about any type of package that you're going to get me. The package that I'm selecting will be on the West because I don't want to have to play this guy 4 times a year and have to get through him to eventually get to a finals.
Once
Though
you get back
Milwaukee
up, right?
isn't going anywhere. Yeah. But yeah, those are
Giannis,
my two destinations for sure.
okay. Giannis is, what is he, like 31, 32 or something? He's still in his
Yeah,
prime.
like 32, 32. He has about 4 years, 5 years left of prime, I
So
would say.
And I think you could get a chip wherever he goes, if they got enough pieces left, you could get a chip with them. The problem is, yeah, Milwaukee, he wasn't going to do shit over there. But yeah, Minnesota is probably a destination I'd probably want to see. I'm going to lock in Minnesota. I think that's a team that's pretty desperate right now. They're trying to make a move. You get Anthony Edwards a little bit of more help, and they've gone to the Western Conference Finals with Julius Randle, with Karl Anthony Towns. So Giannis would be that next guy to help him get where he needs to go. Do you think the trade deadline, though, is predicated off of Giannis? If he doesn't get traded, you think this deadline is going to be a snooze fest?
No, I don't think it'll be a snooze fest because I know that probably 85% of the NBA knows that they cannot get their hands on Giannis.
Uh-huh.
So those teams will move accordingly. Now, the teams that want to get Giannis, the Miamis, the New Yorks, the Minnesotas, those teams will definitely stay pat and they might miss out on opportunities on some guys because they're trying to see if they can get their hands on Giannis. But for the other 23 to 25 teams that know they're not getting Giannis, those teams will be working in the background, making moves before he gets traded. He'll be the last probably player to get traded during the
Okay.
deadline.
Makes sense. So what are some bold predictions you have for the NBA trade deadline? Some movement that you think could happen. Some players on the movement.
Yeah, I think Zach Levine's on the way out for sure. With Sacramento, I don't think he'll be there past the trade deadline.
He's
His
coming off the
production
bench
has,
right now.
yeah, his production to start the season was pretty good. He had like a 40-point game, couple 30-point games. He got injured, and then when he came back, he has not been playing as much. Like you said, he came off the bench a few games. I think he might be back in the starting lineup now, but his minutes are way down. I mean, one game he played 22, 23 minutes. He didn't play in the fourth quarter. They're not really playing him to his full capability, which makes me think he's on the way out. I could see him going to like Houston or Golden State. Those are the type of two teams that if I were, I would go after a guy like Zach LaVine,
Okay.
especially Golden State.
Oh yeah, Zach Levine and Golden State would be nice. That's a move. I think they gotta leave the deadline with something. So yeah, I don't think
Yes,
he would cost that much either. Wouldn't be that pricey. I feel like maybe Moses Moody, maybe just like a swap and a pick, maybe
Kaminga,
Kaminga. Yeah, they're trying to get rid of the cum bucket for sure. He gotta go. He gotta be off the team at the deadline. Um, but
absolutely.
yeah, I could see Zach Levine being on the move. I think Cat is definitely somebody that's got to be off the Knicks because just how they're moving forward defensively is a liability. It doesn't seem like the coach fucks with them either. So regardless of what the Knicks do, I think he's definitely going to be somebody that gets sent somewhere else. Um, I do think Giannis does get traded. My bold prediction for that, I think Giannis gets traded to not Golden State, not these other teams, but I'm going to say Minnesota or Houston. That's where he lands in one of those spots because it does make sense for Milwaukee to trade him somewhere in the West. Houston, I think, definitely has a better package, so maybe they have the better odds. But I think one of those two teams in the West gets better, gets a chance to take that next step. I think the Spurs, the Sixers, those two teams stay packed. Um, but yeah, I would say Cat and Giannis get traded. What teams do you think got to be buyers and sellers at the deadline, though?
Before we get into that one, I want to come back at what you said about Giannis going to Minnesota or Houston. I think that if the Lakers can somehow get their hands on Giannis, I think LeBron James will take a pay cut next year and let them build the roster out. He'll take the minimum possible and they'll build that roster out, and the Lakers will win. LeBron will play 2 more years and they will win 2 more championships if they could get their hands on Giannis somehow, some way. That's a take for you.
Have you seen the rumors and reports that the Warriors want to get Giannis and then bring on LeBron next year?
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. LeBron would never play for Golden State. That's Steph Curry's town, his city. And we know how much LeBron loves attention. All due respect to him, but I don't think he would ever team up with Steph in Golden State. I just don't see it happening.
That would be like their best chance to get a ring, though. That'd be a nasty big three,
Yeah,
and
that'd be
Draymond
crazy.
too. Would be fun to watch.
Um, it'd be terrible shooting though. I mean, you got LeBron, Steph, and Draymond, LeBron, Giannis, and Draymond on the court at the same time. I mean, it won't be no threes being made in that lineup. Um, But to answer your questions about sellers and buyers, my teams that I got selling is the Kings for one. The Kings are very underachieving. They got an old roster.
Yeah, they got to do something.
I could see Westbrook getting sent out. I could see DeRozan, Levine. I could see all three of those guys being sent out, and maybe even Sabonis. I could see them stripping all the way down and rebuilding that team. I think the Bulls will be sellers as well. I think everybody on that roster will be gone or maybe can go, except with the exception of like Matas and Giddy. But if I'm them and I could get my hands on Giannis, I give up Matas like yesterday. Then a couple more teams. The Nets will be sellers. Cam Thomas will not be on that roster, I don't believe. He's been coming off the bench since he came back from his injury. He's playing like 19 minutes a game. That coach does not like him, does not want to play him at all, even though he's arguably the most talented scorer on that team, right, with MPJ. The Hornets and the Bucks, they will both be sellers as well. But I don't know about the Hornets, man. They've been playing very well
Really
lately. They
well.
could be a team that kind of stays pat and like we'll take our chances in the play in.
I think the Hornets, they've been playing really well. That was the team I had
Yeah.
in the script for like teams that have been playing well. They since January they've blown out two teams. They blew out the Sixers. Who else did that? It was another team they blew out.
I think they beat the Jazz by like 60.
Something crazy. They're the first team in NBA history, or first team in like 17 years to do that. Brandon Miller's been hooping. Con Knipple's been great. Con Kniple just had a masterclass performance against Cooper Flag. Both of them were going crazy. Uh,
Yes.
and yeah, they just been getting production from everybody. Diobate, however you pronounce his name, had 21 boards, 18 rebounds. 18 points the last game. So the Hornets have a really great nucleus. I think this is a dangerous ass team to watch out for. They could take the Bulls
It
playing
is.
spot. Go ahead, take our playing spot. We want to be ass.
You don't have to want to be. The Bulls are. It's some teams out there, man, that rest their guys for injury management, like the Utah Jazz. All these teams, injury management, they rest them on back to backs because they want to tank. Hey, public service announcement: you bad teams, you don't have to sit your players to tank. You guys are going to lose with all your players in the lineup. It does not matter who's in the lineup. Like the Wizards, the Jazz, the
The
Bulls,
Kings.
the Kings. You guys keep your. How do you think you got to this point? You got to this point by having those guys in the lineup. Keep them in the lineup. You'll lose. I promise. It's a
but yeah,
fact.
this is definitely a draft class you want to lose and go through that process. But you talked about the Bulls being sellers. Let's dive in deeper to the Bulls. What are some players, like you said, everybody should be up for grabs, but what are some players you think that definitely will be on the move from out of Chicago? I want to keep Kobe White. I fuck with Kobe White, bro.
I think I think to be a seller and to tank and to get good draft picks and rebuild and restart, Kobe White is one of the first that has to go because he is the most valuable on the team, and you're
Yeah,
willing to depart from him.
he's a
Um,
bucket.
guys like guys like Patrick Williams, who you want to get rid of, isn't as valuable. You're not going to get as much for him. He has a bad contract. To be frank with you, guys like Vucevic, he has to go as well, but his value is not as high as a Kobe White. So, like I said, the only guy I would keep is Giddy because he's playing, out his mind right now, averaging like almost a 20-point triple double. You keep a guy like that, but everybody else, I mean, time's ticking. You got to go.
I like Io too. Io's been playing well off the bench. He just had 23 points, I think, last night. Pretty good performance. I even seen some people say, all right, you trade Kobe White over to Minnesota. You get Terrence Shannon Jr. Combine Terrence Shannon Jr., a guy from Chicago, and Io together. Two guys that, went to Illinois, Chicago guys, and, had great moments at Illinois. That would be nice to get those two guys back on Chicago together. And Terrence Shannon Jr., I think he has a lot of upside, high ceiling, higher than Patrick Williams and our other guys at Ford. So I think that's something I would look into if we're going to trade Kobe White. Because I don't think they're going to give us Baron J, the center.
Yeah, you can get Terrence Shannon, you can get those types of guys, but they're not going to make the team any better at the end of the
Nah.
day. Like Terrence Shannon might be 3 years away from you know, actually getting a real opportunity to play in hoop. The dude can score. He can flat out score, but
Yeah, he's a
you
baller.
look at
Yeah.
guys like Cam Thomas in New York who can also score. He's just not getting that opportunity right now. So I would put him in like that same category, except he could guard a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean the Bulls are just full of players, guards that would make a difference on another team. I feel like Trey
Yeah.
Jones is somebody, Io, and then Kobe White. I've seen like the Timberwolves were interested in all three, so I think those guys could get some movement. Kevin Herter, not been bad since he's been with the Bulls as a 3-point shooter.
Hmm.
Could be somebody that could get somewhere else. But yeah, Patrick Williams. Whatever you got to do, cut his ass, get him off the squad at the deadline.
Absolutely.
I saw Kenny Beecham with numbers on the board, him throw out a trade that would send Patrick Williams, Vooch, who was Patrick Williams, Vooch, Kevin Herter, Zach Collins to the Warriors for Jimmy Butler and Kaminga and a couple first round picks. What are your thoughts on that? Would you do that trade? It's a win-win for both.
I would do that trade if Jimmy Butler didn't tear his ACL. I mean, but you gotta think. I mean, I'd take Kaminga, but on the Jimmy Butler thing, like he's 36, 37, like coming off an ACL injury. That's just gonna be a burden on your franchise, in my opinion, when you're trying to rebuild. You can't rebuild by getting an old star in your building.
Yeah.
You can rebuild by getting an old superstar in your building, but there's a difference between the two. So if the Bulls were getting Giannis, that's completely different than getting a 37-year-old Jimmy Butler off an ACL tear. But
And
Kaminga,
he's
I think, would flourish in the Chicago uniform.
I know I would want Kaminga, but yeah, Jimmy's definitely cooked. He's a little washed now.
Yeah.
But Kobe White, this is somebody that I think the Bulls will eventually trade. What are some good destinations you think for him?
I think Minnesota would be the best landing spot for him. They've been missing like good point guard play all season. They've been starting DiVincenzo at the point guard spot. He's not a point guard though. He's more of like a 3 and D guy, a guy that can just shoot the three. He's not really known for setting his teammates up. Neither is Kobe White, to be quite frank. But he will be a better fit in Minnesota, especially if they can't get their hands on Giannis. I would definitely go target Kobe White.
I mean, you think they could get Giannis and Kobe White or not? You could only get one.
No, no, no. You're only getting one. You're only getting one. Can't get both.
But yeah, Kobe
Unless you
White
trade that
next.
man. Shit, you get whatever you want. You trade that man. Which we know they're not doing that. So
Kobe White would be nice in Minnesota. I also like Kobe White in Houston. I think him, with
yeah,
Kevin Durant, that would be a good spot for him. And I think that it wouldn't cost much. Just give us Jabari Smith. I think they'd be cool with getting rid of Jabari Smith. Maybe I don't know what the picks look like, but yeah, Kobe White. I think that'd be a cheap guy for them to add. They're missing Fred VanVleet. We don't know if he's going to return, this season. So yeah, Kobe White plugging in that spot next to Kevin Durant, Şengün, Amen Thompson. think that's a dangerous Houston team. Kobe White, he's been with the Bulls, but this is a top player in the league. This is like a guy that's very underrated.
Yeah. 20-point plus scorer a night, man. Could shoot the three with the best of them.
Yeah, he's elite.
Really good player.
Now we talked about sellers. What are a couple buyers you think that teams that minus the Warriors, other teams that need to make a move at the deadline?
I think Orlando should be a buyer.
Oh yeah.
They have a really good team. Pretty much like their bench is really good. Anthony Black is playing out of his mind. You got Paulo Franz, Desmond Bain. I think they should buy for a big man. I think Wendell Carter is at best like a off the bench center. Excuse me. I don't think he's a starting center. I think they need to go find a way to like upgrade that position. Um, and maybe even a point guard. Jalen Suggs is good, but I think Orlando should go out and get some a little bit better at those two positions if possible, if they can.
They could. Kobe White could be another spot for them.
Kobe
Yeah.
White could be a spot for them. Yes, you shipping Suggs out. Yeah, I would definitely, try to upgrade to that point. Or you trade Suggs. I got Suggs going to the Lakers.
Okay.
And I think Anthony Black has earned the right to be the starting point guard for that team. He's been flat out amazing. So maybe if you could trade Suggs and get like a DeAndre Ayton in Orlando or something like that, I think that would be helpful for both teams. Just let DA walk. Let's get Suggs in the building in LA. I think that would be a really good trade that I would want to see happen. Um, and of course, I think Houston will be buyers. Celtics, I think the Celtics will be buyers. The Celtics, no one expected them to be where they're at, including myself. I had them like maybe a top 6 seed or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, but the Celtics are right there, man. They're right there. They just need like a big man, a stretch five. I would say they don't really have a good stretch five. I think if they could get their hands back on like a Porzingis or someone of that caliber, that stretch five, they could really make some noise in the East, man. Seriously, they could
Yeah.
give the Pistons a run for their money.
Tough thing is too, I don't think Tatum's gonna come back this year. But I think setting themselves up for contention, making some noise this year and next season, they'll be right back in the thick of things. So yeah, I like all those teams. Orlando definitely needs some 3-point shooting. You said Aiden, maybe they could use a connect too, because they need some more 3-point shooting in that deal as well. But Jalen Suggs, he'd be a monster on the Lakers, exactly what they need defensively. As a scoring ain't the problem. They got enough of scoring with Luka and all them dudes. So yeah, that would be a guy that would fit. I really like where Houston's at. I think they definitely need a couple more pieces to get them there. Yeah, Jabari Smith, I'm on the hate train of bro. He's been selling that team, man.
I got him on my fantasy team, man. So I watch him play a lot. He hasn't had a really good season, unfortunately for him. So hopefully he can pick it up.
Mhm. But moving past that, Sixers, how you feeling about the Sixers? And dude,
Sixers,
77 points from Embiid and Maxey. I'm just saying,
dude.
best duo in the NBA. One and two.
Joel Joel looks phenomenal. Phenomenal, man. And we have never seen prime Joel and prime Tyrese Maxey before. And
Scary, bro.
right now we're seeing that. Joel's healthy. He's back to his old self. He's getting to the free throw line 8 to 10 times a night. He's back up in the scoring column. He's rebounding. He ain't guarding nobody, but he's scoring that basketball at a high clip. You got them at the top of the league in duos. I got them top three. I
Okay.
won't disrespect Jokic and Jamal Murray. Obviously, in my opinion, Joel and Maxey are better than Jamal Murray, but man, Jokic is just on a different level to the point where it don't matter. You put Jamal next to him, that's my duo.
Mhm.
And then Luca and LeBron, I'm gonna put them at number two.
Okay.
Luca's on that. He's on the same stratosphere as Jokic in terms of just like a killer. I think he might be averaging like 34, 35 playing next to LeBron. So you got to give me credit for that. And then Joel and Maxey would be three for me.
So in my opinion, I'm taking Embiid and Maxey over all of them dudes. Dude,
Over Jokic?
if
They
they
got a
are
chip.
healthy, if they are okay, oh yeah. But for this season, yeah, looking past everything, the next all time whatever, everything considered. But this season, Embiid and Maxey are playing different. Embiid gonna give Jokic buckets too. You know that if they have to see each other. Jokic don't want to see
And
Embiid.
and Hey, and like in the other way around, I think Jokic this year is averaging like 30, like 13 and like 10 or 11.
Yeah, he's putting up
Jamal Murray,
2K
this would be
numbers.
his first year. This would be his first year being an all-star this year. Jokic has been out. Jamal Murray been holding it down. Just cold-blooded killer. I know we seen what he did to LeBron and AD
Yeah, it was
in the
crazy.
playoffs a few years ago. It's time we give that boy some of his respect. He's cold. He's like that. But no, I mean, there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah,
All of them
either or
are
will
really good.
suffice.
Yeah, it is what it is. Give me all of them. I'll take any of them on my team.
But yeah, it's nice seeing the Sixers team finally seems like they're getting it together. Paul George even had a great game. Jared McCain
Hmm.
had two really good performances where he's looked confident, shooting well from three. The last game he didn't have too much production off the bench, but the Sixers look like a legitimate threat. And every year I say this is a team that could come out the East, go to the finals. But I think this is a team that's the best equipped to do that this year with all the pieces that they have. It's a deep bench. Quentin Grimes could give you a little bit of production. McCain, like I said, VJ Edgecombe could give you 15 a night and then be a menace defensively. So I really like where this Sixers team is at. And if Embiid could stay healthy like he is, he's trolling motherfuckers too. He's back. He's back, bro. Scary sight for
Yeah,
the rest of
Joe.
the East.
The thing about the Sixers right now is they have a all-star, first team All NBA guy right now, Tyrese Maxey. And then when the game gets too close at the end, you got one of the best security blankets in the NBA in Joel because you give him the ball in the post, he knows how to get to the free throw line, and he's not missing any mid-range jump shots.
Nope.
I think this is the Sixers' only chance to do it because the Celtics will be back next year, so they better do it this year.
That's what I'm saying. This is like you need a capital. This is like a Josh Allen Buffalo Bills situation. Like it's right in front of you. Go out there and take it, or else like yeah, the East is gonna be back.
Yeah, no Milwaukee this year. The Cavs are playing really bad. The Knicks look okay, but they just don't look like they have like the best like camaraderie right now.
No, yeah.
The Pistons are the only team that are playing like really well as a team in the East where you're like, okay, that team's up to something. And the Celtics too. But after that, man, the Sixers, man, they're like, I mean, they got it. They got it.
I think it's
They
gonna be
do.
Sixers, Celtics, Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I think is gonna happen. But if he goes to the Knicks, then maybe the Knicks. That's a team in the East. But if Giannis goes in the West, nah, yeah, I ain't worried about nobody other than Boston for the Sixers. Because yeah, Jalen Brown. That like who's their center? Quetta. I can't pronounce bro name, but he's been
Kata.
hooping.
Kata.
Kada. He's been hooping, bro.
Hmm.
So yeah, Orlando, all these teams, Cleveland, they've been decent, but I don't trust Cleveland in the playoffs. The Sixers, this is their year, bro. I say it every year, but I'm back. I'm ready to be disappointed. This is the Sixers season, I think. And perfect segue to another team that I get disappointed. I'm ready to get disappointed about again. Not the Lakers, the other LA team, the Clippers, bro. Hottest team in the NBA. Kawhi looks like one of the best players in the NBA right now. You know, you look at his averages, 28 a game. Harden's been playing elite. John Collins is shooting 40% from three. Jordan Miller's been productive off the bench. I like this Clippers team, and I'm ready to get
Yeah.
disappointed again.
I like the Clippers team as well in the regular season. Um, I don't love them in the playoffs, if they
Yeah.
make the playoffs. But the way that they're trending right now, they look like they could be like a playing team. I think it'll be really hard to catch one of those top 6 seeds. But they can certainly be a playing team the way that they're playing right now. But again, I think you will be disappointed regardless of how Harden or Kawhi or Ty Lue is even coaching. You'll be disappointed. I don't think they have what it takes to get it done. They got some really nice pieces in Zubac, James Harden, Kawhi. Bogdan will be back and healthy here soon. Derrick Jones, fourth quarter Wise Batum in. But I just don't think they have enough,
I
honestly.
think if they could, if they could see San Antonio, and I know that might be like a bad matchup for a lot of teams, if they could see San Antonio as opposed to like a Denver or Oklahoma City, they could see a young team. I like their chances. The Thunder, I'd give them a run against the Thunder, but Denver would be the worst matchup. I don't want to see Denver for the Clippers. Minnesota too. I don't know. But it's just matchup based. The Suns have the 7th seed right now, and the Warriors are the 8th seed. I think they could catch up to one of those teams. But you're facing a tough matchup in round one if you get in.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to see Denver
Nah.
because of Jokic. Like nobody wants to see those guys. Nobody. But man, I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on the Lakers. Because
Mhm.
I don't think the Clippers want to see them either. Luca, when it's playoff time, Luca is
Yeah, that's true.
Luca Doncic. Like he is going to shock a lot of people this year. He's in better shape. He hasn't looked as good as he looks now in a couple years. I mean, up to 35 a game, getting people involved, averaging like 7, 8 rebounds. Like the Clippers don't want to see them either. Trust me.
Yeah, that'd be barbecue chicken. What's a hot take you guys to finish it out? Finish the episode out.
I think that the Lakers will trade Austin Reeves before the trade deadline. I really do.
Damn.
Austin Reeves is in line to receive a crazy payday. I mean, he's going to be a 30 to 40 million dollar per year guy, and I don't think the Lakers want to spend that money on Austin Reeves. With all due respect to him and his game, I think they'll ship him out and get some in return. I don't know what, I don't know who, I don't know how, but I'm confident that Austin Reeves will probably not be on the team um, when the trade deadline rolls around. And if he is, LeBron will not be on the team next year. So
Damn. Austin Reeves or LeBron James? Which one you want to
yeah.
keep?
Yeah,
uh,
because I honestly don't think you're gonna win a championship with that as your big three, because
no.
somebody has to be able to guard um, in today's NBA. Somebody, and LeBron plays decent defense, especially off ball, but the other two don't play no defense.
Yeah, they're
The Lakers should go get Drew
liabilities.
Holiday.
But
That's what
yeah,
they need. They need Drew Holiday.
um, for me, the Bulls, I think they make a big move at the trade deadline. And I've seen they were talking even about being buyers in a time that's a terrible time to be buyers. But you know who I think they get if they become buyers at the deadline? Freaky
Oh,
Z. Freaky Z.
um,
Zion Williamson coming to Chicago. Hey, is not a Giannis. Zion Williams has low-key been playing well this season, and he's been healthy. But coming to Chicago, bringing a star into Chicago, Matas Buzelis, Josh Giddey throwing lobs to Zion. Hopefully we can, if we trade for Zion, I'd want to probably keep Io, keep one of our guards, maybe Trey Jones, Kobe White are on their way out. But I think, yeah, getting Zion would be huge for the Bulls. And if we're just trying to be a butts in the seats organization, give me Zion at least. Give me something to watch.
yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. I think if the Bulls are buyers, they should buy young talent, and don't go get old Jimmy Butler. But if they get Zion, I think it will excite the city a little bit, which is what the city needs. Especially with the Bears good, the Bulls got to be good too.
Oh, yeah. So Zion, Caleb Williams, Connor Bedard. There's another baseball player or whatever. But yeah, the city would have some motion. We'd have some players. But watch out. Zion going to all the food spots, all the if our girls go
Yeah,
out, if our girls go out and Zion pull up to the spot, we might
might be in trouble.
But that's all we got for the show today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe on the channel, on 6-Man Blitz, Chi-Town Blitz, every social media platform. We're on there. Stay updated with our content. And we got some great stuff coming up with the trade deadline and the Super Bowl. So stay updated. Thank you guys for watching. As always, peace. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.